All right, where am I? Okay. Hi, everybody. I am Professor Goodlad. I'm the chairperson of the Department of Hospitality Management. This is my first semester in this position. It's an interim position, meaning it will become official if the faculty want it to be come fall. Thank you, Latricia, for your congratulations. I appreciate that. It's a role I'm looking forward to because I think I can help steer the future of the department and help students' lives and experiences be better and help them reach their goals. For some of you, that goal is to study outside of City Tech, and that's why you are here at this meeting to learn more about the Walt Disney World College Program. And others are going to watch this video afterwards. So welcome to everybody that's here, and welcome to everybody that will be watching. The Walt Disney World College Program and City Tech have a really long history. We were one of the first colleges to host interviews, and we were one of the first colleges to grant credit to students who were participating in the program. We found it really, really important to recognize that students were learning an awful lot in what Disney calls living, learning, and earning. So what happens is you will be living in an apartment complex, and I'll show you images of that shortly. You will be learning with various leaders throughout the Walt Disney Company, whether it's workshops or programs or meet and greets. There's lots of different opportunities for that, and also working, recognizing that whether you are working in hotels or in parks, the front gate, or food and beverage, you are learning a lot. We align what you're learning and what we anticipate you learn with the learning outcomes in our courses. So students have the opportunity to earn up to 12 college credits in hospitality management while participating in the Walt Disney World College Program. So I'll go again into that a little later with some more detail about how that happens, and keep throwing your questions into the Jamboard. I'll keep looking at that, or go ahead and put them into the chat. I'd be really happy to read what you have there. And in fact, we've got some going on. Oh, thank you for the congratulations again. Okay, wonderful. So that being said, we have a very long history. There's been a bit of a hiatus, and that's why I'm back doing this, so that I can share the experience of what students might want to know. The Walt Disney World College Program, like I said, breaks up their experiences into living, learning, and earning. So let's see if I can show you a little bit about living. Take a look at this. This is called Flamingo Crossings. Flamingo Crossings is a new condominium complex that has just opened. It was scheduled to open during the pandemic, and they were able to get that done. In this complex, you will see that students have lots of opportunities for a quite luxurious life, if you ask me. Let's take a look at, actually, let me ask a question. Go ahead and put this in the chat. Have you seen this website yet? Have you seen this information about Flamingo Crossings yet? Just now. Okay, so this is new information for all of you. Okay, great. So what do they have? They want you to feel fit and happy. So they have spacious exercise areas. The apartments are fully furnished, so you don't have to worry about buying anything like a bed and a dresser and a closet and such like that. Fully furnished also comes with pots and pans and forks and knives. They realize that students are doing this in a temporary manner, and they don't want students to have to, face the challenge of finding furniture and kitchen supplies. So that's pretty exciting. On-site management and maintenance. They want to be clean. They always wanted to be clean. Something that I haven't told you yet is that I participated in the Walt Disney World College Program when I was in college, or when I was just about to graduate. So I remember them doing random inspections. So you had to keep your place clean because at any time they could just knock on the door and say, hey, I'm here to check on your apartment and make sure that everything's good. In this case, there's also public areas that you need to be concerned with. Living in a world of COVID-19 means that there's heightened security and heightened security. By that I mean recognition of safety and sanitation and stuff like that. And a convenient location. It's near all of the different parks and hotels that you might work in. And they also do provide transportation. So from Flamingo Crossings, there'll be a bus system that will take you all around to where you work, whether it's the parks or the hotels. How's that sound? You don't even need a car. Now to what it looks like. I'm not going to go through this. You can do this on your own. When I'm finished, I'll drop the link into the chat. But let's take a look. So that's the welcome area where the buses are. This is the kitchen, and you can see the bathroom in the back. Again, this is all brand new. So you will be, maybe the third or fourth people living in these apartments. That's a big plus, right? Laundry right in your apartment. This is all included. Yep, everything's included. This is where you would live. That looks like an awfully large bed. They give you single beds. I don't know. There you go. That's a better view. You are not one person to a room. This is a better indication as to what you would see. I like that they give a little bit of that privacy there. That is a module half wall there. So if you and your roommate want a little bit more privacy, you put that up. If you and your roommate become best of friends, like I did with my roommate, then that shield is, that divider is not necessary. What do you think about that? No, okay, no extra fees. I get it. So you do have to pay to live here. And the pay scale, not the pay scale, the rates are listed on someplace on this website. So depending on the size of the apartment, how many people are living in the apartment, the weekly rent will fluctuate. So when I say included, all of this is included in the rent that you will pay. One thing that Disney does is they'll take the rent right out of your paycheck so that you don't have to worry about budgeting and paying for your rent. It's already taken out right there. This is a commons area. You see the giant chessboard, that's obvious, but this is a very grand place, recognizing that thousands of people will live here. So something good for you to recognize. So there's no dining hall here. You all, as you saw in the other apartment, there is, each apartment has its own kitchen. What I'm seeing here is this is like a rec center. So I'm sure people order food in or cook food and bring it to these areas. What students have also found is areas like this are very good for studying. So, if you do participate in the program and you are earning credit, you're probably a minority of students. Most of students will go and do it as an internship or take a break for a semester and not earn any college credit at all. City Tech, again, like I said earlier, values this experience so much that you will be earning credits. And I'll get into that more detail soon. But great communal areas for people to gather. Here is your gym. These photos were all taken prior to COVID. So you're not seeing anybody with a mask, but also keep in mind that Florida masking in Florida is less frequent than you'll see here in New York. So important for you to notice that. In the background there, you see the pool. We'll get to pictures of that in a moment. Here you are. So this, again, this is all part of the rent that you have. They'll have events here. I've seen volleyball set up there. I see people playing soccer in the back. This again is the entrance. So this is where you would live. There we go. The way it works is that you would, once you're accepted, you would say what your housing requirements are, where you want to live, how many people you want to live with, and such like that. And then you would, stop sharing here, and then you would be placed in a housing area. I don't believe, and I could be wrong on this, I do not believe that they allow you to choose your roommate, but that's something that you can look into. Go ahead, you have a question. Who is that? Jasleen, go ahead.
Hi, Karen. So I wanted to know how much is the rent, and like, let's say, like, is there an option where I choose to basically find my own living situation and not live there, or I have to, in order to be in the program, I have to live there?
You don't quote unquote have to live there. They really encourage you to live there because it is part of the experience. Transportation alone is really easy. Living in a shared experience with other college students is also adds to the experience. Now, I've had people do this that have families, right? So they go down and they're bringing their children with them, and it doesn't work for them to live in a situation like this. I've had other people that have gone down there and they live with a relative that happens to live in Orlando. So you would need special approval. You know, it's not a hard process. You just have to say, I decline living at Flamingo Crossings. But just keep in mind that that shared living experience does add a lot to your overall professional and personal growth. To answer how much it is, I'd have to check the website. I didn't look at that before the meeting. It is on there. Again, it changes depending on how many people are in the apartment. So let's see if we can find that.
And then you said we don't get to choose our roommates. So if we say we want to live there, they just give us like the people we'll be living with?
Yeah. And it's like, you know, it's as if you were going away to college, right? Sometimes you say, okay, I'll find my own roommate. Other times they say, you know, I want to pair up with somebody. And in my own experience and in the experience that I've had with leading this program, my goodness, for 18 years now, minus a year and a half for the pandemic. Quite honestly, people that go down there and live with, like, let's say their best friend, have more trouble with the living situation than those that don't. I don't want to say that, you know, going down there and living with people that you never met before is easy. It is not. However, sometimes you find lifelong friends. So I participated in the program, oh my goodness, much more than 25 years ago. My roommate and I are still bestest, I don't want to say bestest of friends, but closest of friends. And some of my most important people in my life are people I met at the Walt Disney World College program, and all random. So you can see here on the left here, this is a 2-bedroom standard, and the one on the right is a 4-bedroom. So it looks as if the 4-bedroom, you have your own room, and in the 2-bedroom, you're sharing. So that will change the price. And I actually don't see the price on the website. I can find that out for you though. Here's another 4-bedroom. And all of the different amenities that are there. Again, I will share the link to this website with everybody. So we'll find out that cost and get back to you. Any more questions about living?
You said that transportation was included?
Yep, you have a bus service to the hotel or the theme park in which you'll work. You will have the availability to take buses back and forth to the grocery store. They offer transportation back and forth to department stores and to local attractions and such like that. So they work to ensure that if you go down there and you do not have a car, that is fine. You can get back and forth to work, you can get back and forth to the grocery store, and you can get back and forth to entertainment. Sound good?
And that's included with our rent price, so that's extra?
Nope, included in the rent price.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Again, they recognize that students are picking up and leaving their regular lives, right? Depending on whether or not that regular life is living with your family, as a lot of City Tech students do, or living in a college dorm, in a college environment, someplace far away from your family unit. They want to make sure that students that go down there can do so, focus on their work, get back and forth to work, focus on their personal development so that they can go take workshops and go to classes, and then also build on their personal achievements too, because so much of this, for many people, this will be the first time that they're living independently. For many people, this will be the first time they're living away from their family. And they're recognizing that challenges come along with that, but there's also significant reward in doing so. So that's living. Any more questions on the living experience at the Walt Disney World College Program? Okay, wonderful. They break it up into living, learning, earning. So the next is learning. I'm going to go back. Actually, I'm going to go to a different website. I'm going to go to the college program. Where are we? Okay, here we are. We're going to go to the college program website. So this is a site in which you will visit if you are going to apply, right? It has a lot of really good information on here. So let's scroll a little bit. It talks about all the different programs. And I'm going to scroll really fast to the bottom. There are professional internships. That's after you do the college program. The auditions is for characters. Whether it's in a costume or dancers or singers. The cruise line, again, they'll hire people that have been Walt Disney World College Program students. And then you can also go to Paris, Hong Kong, or Shanghai. For us, though, most of our students participate in one of two programs, the Walt Disney World College Program or the Walt Disney World Culinary Exchange. I'm only going to briefly talk about the Culinary Exchange, and if somebody is interested in that, we can do that offline. The Culinary Exchange is an opportunity for students to go and work in the full service restaurants, full service kitchens throughout property. So in these cases, it's white tablecloth, it's high end, it's looking very much at plated foods served to guests, by a wait staff. Students that participate in the culinary program will work the different stages of a brigade, right? So they'll start with prep, and then they'll go on to maybe making sauces, or going on to making salads and plating desserts, and so on and so forth. The criteria for the culinary program is pretty steep. They want professional kitchen experience, and they want students that are ServSafe certified, and also who are culinary programs. So that applies to a lot of you. So if you're interested in that, let's talk about it, because it is a slightly different interview process. Did anybody come here knowing about the culinary option or want to go specifically for the culinary? Okay. Now, there are food and beverage options. Go ahead, Nicole.
Yeah, I'm in the hospitality department, which I like the culinary part of it, but I don't know if I would want to do that sector of the Disney college program.
Yeah, okay, well, that's something really important to think about. As students are going through the college program, one of the things that I often advise students, like, look, you want to be a chef? Fantastic. You didn't make the culinary program? No big deal. Go ahead and work front of the house, right? Because that front of the house experience will make you a better back of the house employee. And vice versa, right? You want to be front of the house the rest of your career? Fantastic. Go work in one of the kitchens, not the culinary program, but one of the food and beverage options that you have. So this could be a beautiful opportunity for students to explore a part of the industry that they know will make their future or make themselves look better to a potential employer, while not having to spend their whole entire career there. Why did you stop working the front of the house? Well, my contract was up. It was done. So that's a nice approach. And others take it where they want to really polish up the skills that they want to continue. So lots of different options for us to think about there. Let's take a look at the chat. There are front of house positions. Yeah, so we'll go into that now. Now there's the college program. If you look through the site, you will see, like I said, the living, the learning, and the earning. So let's first talk about the learning. Okay, eligibility requirements. Let's go right here. Hold on. Learning. Courses. So you have courses, you have networking, and you have more of a soft skill. So here are the courses. All college program students have the opportunity to join either an Exploring Disney or Career Connection. Okay, so in doing this, you'll have a list of different opportunities here, right? So the Exploration series, look, there's event organization, there's hospitality and guests. Animal sciences is probably not for our student body, but nonetheless, it is something that students can participate in. And you can see here that that's 2 hours once a week for 4 weeks. So that's a pretty intense seminar that you would participate in. And now the next one is on the spotlight. This is a one-time experience, right? Do you want to learn more about costuming, or do you want to learn more about the wide world of sports and broadcasting and the Epcot Center? So this is more enrichment, more so than that deep career development that you would do. Same thing with Disney Discovery. This is behind the scenes. This is seeing what's happening from a manager's point of view. How do they make the magic happen? So those are your 3 different options. To earn credit, students would need to participate in multiple Disney Exploration series. So if we're talking about leadership and we're talking about human resources or leadership and event operations, we will work that out independently for each of you. So one person may have different career goals than somebody else, and our mixture of between the Disney Exploration, the Spotlight, and the Discovery will be different. These are important for students who are going to be earning the 12 credits. And for those students that will be doing this for an internship, which is just the 4802, we will be looking at different combinations of options, maybe one exploring Disney and different networking. So that is what we have. All of this takes place on site. So you will be participating in these learning opportunities right in Flamingo Crossings. So again, them recognizing that they want people to participate this and make it easy for them to get there. Any questions about learning as far as Disney is concerned? I am still going to get to the earning the credit at City Tech. Okay, so living, learning, earning. Do you have to be there? Yes, you need to be there a full semester. So In order to participate, you would be, so if you interview this semester, you would be going, let's say, the end of August to the very beginning of January. There is what's called, there's fall and there's spring. So you can go August through January, January through June or May, but then there are options for you to extend over the summer as well. A lot of students like doing that. There's a lot of work opportunity in the summer program. So something for you to think about when it comes to how long you want to be there. A full semester, yes, that is the minimum, but you can also possibly do a full semester plus a summer. I'm going to read the chat, a few things were in there. The pay is different depending on the position. So when you go in and you look at the jobs, you'll see that quick service food and beverage pays a little bit more than if you were working in the parks or at the entrance. Housekeeping pays a little bit more than if you were at the front desk of a hotel. So it changes slightly differently. Please keep in mind that Florida does not have a $15 minimum wage, so you will likely be earning less. But also remember that this is an internship. It happens to be a paid internship. So we know that we have bills to pay and we have to earn a certain income, but also know that participation in the Walt Disney World College program should be recognition of the fact that you are learning from an international organization and not so much that you're going down there to make money. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Is there a position in event planning? No, not in event planning, but what students have done is they, oh goodness, what was the name of the position? I've had a student that was like in, what do I want to say? It was their travel program. So you know how, some people have vacation plans and such like that. So I did have one student that worked with their vacation planners, and that was really exciting, very exciting for them. All right, so now we're going to go back a bit and we're going to go into the earning. Just getting to that place on the web page, and then I'll share my screen. Here we go, creating the magic. So operations, entertainment, lodging, recreation, retail, food and beverage. There we are. And then they give some testimonials, right? So what are we doing? Operations. Operations is a great opportunity for you to learn about guest service. Because when I was at the college program, I did, I worked in the park. So I was the person saying, watch your step, please watch your step. So operations includes that. It could include front gate operations. So welcoming people as they come in, not public safety, but just the whole greeting, giving directions, maybe doing photography. There's also positions in operations where you're like driving the cart through the parking lot. If you don't have a license, don't say you're willing to do that. Entertainment, there's a far fewer of our students that participate in the entertainment because those are auditions. Like you have to have a special interview for that one. So I'm going to jump over that one and go into lodging. Positions in lodging that our students have had is concierge. Far and few between, but if you speak multiple languages, definitely apply for concierge. There are front office operations jobs. There are jobs in housekeeping. There's jobs in retail in the different resorts. There's also lifeguarding that's available. Again, you need a special interview for that, but if you're a lifeguard, by all means, you can work for the Walt Disney World College program. Food and beverage, that's all parts of food and beverage, mostly though quick service. All right, so quick service means that you might go through a rotation where you're at the register, you're cleaning the tables in the front of the house, or you're working the French fry and hamburger station. There's food and beverage back of house only, where you're only in the kitchen, but not one of the full service kitchens. So most of our students do end up in food and beverage, but keep in mind that it is most likely going to be quick service. And the benefit that you get from there is speed, accuracy, systems, sanitation. Retail and sales, that's where you're going to see working in their retail establishments. Some are in the parks and some are in the hotels. Within these, we've had people work sanitation, where you're walking through the parks and you are, making sure that they stay nice and clean. And we have had a lot of students participate in that. And one of the things that they said they liked about that is the autonomy, right? Their job was to walk around the parks and to keep it clean, but the amount of guest service that they interact with is pretty incredible. So something for you to think about there. Now, when you actually start the application, they will they will provide the list of detailed roles that are available. They call their open position roles, as if you're on stage. So go ahead and look through there. I'll tell you, the more positions, the more roles you're interested in doing, the better your opportunity to get selected. However, don't do anything don't say yes, you'll do a job that you will never be happy with, right? So if you say, yes, I want to be housekeeper, that does not mean that you're a housekeeping floor manager. It means that you're actually cleaning the rooms. If you are saying, yeah, sure, food and beverage sounds great, well, keep in mind that you're working, with the fryer and filling up Coca-Colas and working with guests as they come in through and pay and place their order. So, again, the more roles you say you're willing to do, the more likely it is that you'll get accepted. However, don't choose something that you would never do. Okay? Questions about the roles that are available? Okay. So before we go into earning credit at City Tech, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the links into the chat so you can see them. The first link is for the college program itself. How long is the application process? So the application process starts with the application, and it is pretty detailed. No letters of recommendation are required, but if you are applying, please let me know. Really, really important for me to, just make sure that I'm aware of who's applying. I can give you advice. I can help you with the interview. So first is the application process. The actual application. Then if you get past the application, you will have what they call an online interview. That online interview is, like a questionnaire, right? So they're going to ask you to fill out certain information. What would you do in this situation, right? You're, a guest pays in cash. You have to offer change. What is the first thing that you do? They'll give you different scenarios. Keep in mind that when they do ask questions, they'll be asking the same question in some different ways, so that you they're going to check to see how consistent you are with the answering of those questions. Then after that, you'll either get accepted or for the next step, or you'll get rejected. So if you're accepted, then you'll go on to a phone interview, and then that would be the last step. And in the phone interview, it's a real Serious interview with a representative from the human resources area of the Walt Disney World College Program. They'll talk more about the roles that they offer, what you choose. They want to make sure that you understand the responsibilities of getting to work on time, that you're responsible. Our best candidates are often those that are a little bit more mature, that have some work experience, that are further along in their college credits, because Disney feels, and I have to say, I've seen it myself, that juniors and seniors have a better understanding about what they want to do, and therefore they pick their roles more wisely, and they participate with a vision towards the future. So that is something that's pretty cool. Again, before I go on, any questions about the roles that you might have? Okay, when it comes to City Tech, City Tech is very proud to be part of this program. So we offer students 12 credits, the opportunity to earn 12 credits. How does that work? Most of the credits will be in your area of focus or in your hospitality electives. So we'd like to make sure that students have at least 9 hospitality electives available for enrollment. I did just say 12 credits, right? So sometimes it's a required course, required hospitality course, and sometimes we go into the elective classes allowed. How familiar are you with what I just said? Do you want me to show you the degree requirements where you have the area of hospitality electives and then the elective classes allowed? Or are you all familiar with that? Somebody said yes. Yes, you're familiar with it, or yes, you would like me to review it. Okay, so I will review it. Fantastic. Let me just get to that page. I have it open. Okay. Okay, so here we are. And these are the degree requirements for the bachelor's degree program. And the bachelor's degree program requires that students have a certain number of general education requirements, your liberal arts, your creative expression, and your interdisciplinary course and such like that. What's listed here on the screen right now are your required hospitality management courses. So workforce in a global marketplace and research are at the beginning of your junior year. And then something like the internship and hospitality services, marketing and management, we ask students to hold out until probably their last semester. Though give or take, some people might be out of sequence, totally fine. Then what you have, students have a required 12 credits towards their hospitality degree. So if you can look here, we have a long list of hospitality management elective courses that students can enroll in. So some students will earn, let's say, geography of travel and tourism. Others will earn sustainable tourism. What we do is we find out what your goals are, what job you're doing, or what role you'll do with the Walt Disney World College Program. And then from there, we will think about what courses you take in those workshops and those discovery programs. And we will design a program that is right for you. If you are, let's say, one of those people that does become part of the vacation club and you are planning people's events, then of course event management might be a good option for the selectives for Disney. However, you might then tell me, say, no, what, Professor Goodlad, I really want to take event management here at City Tech because I want to be event manager for my career. So we'll work with something to make sure that between the work that you're doing with the Walt Disney College Program and the courses that you're studying, and also the work you'll have to do with me, journals, blogs, and such like that, you're earning 12 credits towards your hospitality degree. Then you can see here, there's a section that's called elective classes allowed. And in this area, what you're looking at is 9 credits anywhere at all in the college. They can include hospitality electives, but might also include some liberal arts or general education courses that you've taken. So I hope that answers that question. The other option is that students take a leave of absence from City Tech and they go down to the Walt Disney World, participate in the college program, and then come back and finish their degree later. For some people, that's right. But you know, what we're going to do is we're going to explore how you can simultaneously earn credit and participate in the Walt Disney World College program, because it really it helps you reach towards your goal of graduation and makes your time there with the Walt Disney World Company even more valuable. So any questions? How the process will work is that you'll apply to the Walt Disney World College program, you will interview in the 2 different types of interviews, and then once you get accepted, you come and you'll tell me, Professor, I'm excited, I'm accepted to the Walt Disney World College program. And then from there, we're gonna wait till all the students who are accepted get their notices, and then you will we'll have a group meeting, and then we'll have individual advising meetings. And then you'll go and live in Florida for a while. Any other information you might want? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll stop the recording now, and then let's see. Oh, wait. What is the deadline for applying? Okay, so they don't ever really tell us a hard deadline. Applications are currently open, and they will continue to stay open until they are until they filled all the roles. Typically, that's mid-March, end of March. Again, it's kind of different right now because of the you know, the pandemic and the number of roles and what their needs are. So they haven't done this is the first semester that they're doing, a more traditional recruitment. So apply soon, because they don't ever tell us a hard deadline, but it is open now. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.